When you spend your whole entire life running away from who you truly are, and then you come to terms with it, it's not frightening anymore. There is this idea of people who've been sexually abused. Generally, they have this intense fantasy life as far as sex goes. An intense fantasy life, and they are introduced to sex at such a young age that they are more sexual beings. But then they have this fear of bringing that out into the world because, well, then they're just a dirty little whore. But yeah, so I wanted to be a dirty little whore for a little while. When I look back on that, I suppose the right thing to say would be that I am disgusted by my behavior, but I'm not. It brought me to where I am now, and I needed to do that. I needed to feel like I was the one with the power in a sexual relationship. I spent 2002 and 2003 being terribly promiscuous. And making up for all the lost time and all the men that I did not sleep with in my early 20s. I began this relationship with this man who told me that I was out of a fairy tale and that I was incredible. And we were in this, and yet he would go home each night to the woman that he slept beside. So there was a day at the office in which we had sex in his office chair. And then not long after that, I went home. The mechanic, who was also my neighbor, came over about an hour after I arrived home, and so I decided to go have sex with him. And so I cleaned myself up a bit, didn't have the opportunity to take a shower, and then so I went over to his apartment and had some crazy wild sex with him. That's what he was good for. He was really good for things that I'd never done before because I'd always been too scared to do. So, you know, I came back a couple hours later to the apartment that I shared with my best friend, and she had been with two men in that exact same day as well. And so there we were dancing in the kitchen and around midnight, celebrating the fact that no, we were normal. We were normal. We had no issues with sex whatsoever because look what we went out and did. We conquered men. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. It really was. It was wonderful to exert that sexual power finally for the first time in my life. And I now have been in a monogamous relationship for 2 years with a fabulous man, and our sex life is healthy. You know, I'm not scared of it. I love being touched. I make sure that, you know, we have a very affectionate relationship, which I never had with other men that I was with. For so many years of my life, my teenage and early adult years, I was so afraid of who I was. I didn't tell anybody anything about myself. And now I get told that anyway, I'll talk about anything, you know, I'll talk about anything, really. And the more you talk about it, the more you find out that other people have been through other things that are similar. And so that's good. That's good because you connect with people in that way, in a way that you wouldn't have otherwise.